And you want to start with 4 sheets that are 5.5 by 5.5. Then you want to grab your scoreboard. You want to score it 2 3/4. Turn your paper and score it 2 3/4 on all 4. So then you want to bend on all your score lines. So it's like that. So next I'm going to create a tab right in this little square. So I'm going to cut along the score line all the way up to the center score line. And then I miter the edges of it. So it's like that. Then you want to grab your scoreboard again. And on this square here, you want to score it diagonally. And you want to make sure you're going towards the center, not on this side. So I just line up my pointed ends here. And score down it. Then you want to fold that in half. So that starts to create your little boxes. So it looks like that. You want to do that on all 4 of them. So once you have those all done, they should look like this. So next you want to cut 12 squares that are 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. You want to take 4 of them. You want to score these diagonally. Now you have 4 that are cut like this, and 8 that are cut like that, just little squares. Then you want to ink them all. I'm using Vintage Photo. So once you have those inked, you want to grab your box. You want to put glue on this little tab. You want to do that on all four. So now all four of your boxes are like that. So now you want to add glue to one side, making sure your boxes are up so that the floor is on the bottom. So it's like that, and I put glue on. So you want this box to open like this. Glue it right on, making sure they're even. So now when you open your box, it's like that. So I'm going to fold it this way, put glue on, grab your next box, it's like that. Making sure they're even. Now it's like that. Put glue on your last square. And your last box. Burnish down. So now your box opens all the way up. So now you're going to take your pattern pieces and you're going to glue them all on. You want to be careful of score lines, not to go across them. right like that. And I got one square decorated. You want to do that on all four. So I have all my inside pieces glued in. And now if you want, you can round the floor corners. So it's like that. I also wanted to show you that you can cut your paper the same, your pattern paper, and make your box out of pattern paper if you didn't want to use cardstock. And that, if you do it this way, it eliminates the need to cut pattern paper to fit your box. So now we're going to work on decorating them. So I usually grab a piece of scrap paper and I just cut it, or I score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2. And then I trim it about 3/8 from the last score line. Then when I glue this little tab down over here, it'll create a little box. So I do a few of these. Then I grab some ephemera. I have the sticker sheets here. I do have some fussy cut things. And you're just gonna start deciding what you want in each box. So in the first box, I'm going to put this little beehive stamp. I'm going to grab one of my little scored pieces of paper. On that shorter tab, I'm just going to add some glue. And I usually squish it down both ways and burnish. That way it just makes a little box. So before I glue stuff in, I like to just kind of see how it's going to look. This is from the ephemera assortment. So I'm going to put some glue on each of the ends of this. Glue them in. Oops. Then I'm just going to fold it up. Trim off the excess. That way it pops up when you open it. I'm going to take this piece of ephemera. I'm just going to slice off the little tag part. I'm going to take that little box. I'm going to put glue on the back side and the bottom. And I'm going to glue it right here on the little part that folds in. I'm going to close it just to make sure to get a good stick. Then when you open it, it opens your box. Oops. Unless you unglue it like I did. And then I'm just going to put some glue on the bottom of this. And stick it right to that little box we glued in. Then I'm going to close it again. Then I'm going to grab the sticker sheet. I'm just going to stick a couple bees down. So that's how I'm going to leave the first box. Now for the second box. I'm going to trim the bottom just a little bit. I'm going to grab another one of my pre-scored scraps. This one I want just a little shorter. So I'm just going to trim it. Then I'm going to put glue on two sides. I'm going to glue that right down to the back wall and the bottom. Then I'm going to grab this piece. I'm going to use one of these little bees. I'm going to stick the bee right over the little circle up here. Put a little glue on the bottom. And glue it right onto that little box. So it's like that. So for this piece, I'm going to cut right behind Happy and right before Bee. And I want to make a little bit taller box. Grab another piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to score at 1 inch, half an inch. So it would be 1 inch, 1.5, 2.5, and 3. Glue that little tab down and burnish. And bend your paper the other way and burnish. So that just makes a taller box but skinnier. So then you want to put glue on the back and glue on the bottom. Glue that in. Grab your image, put some glue on the back, stick stick that down. So that page looks like that. So this is from the sticker sheet. I'm just going to put Buzz right along the edge here. And another Buzz right over here. Then I have a fussy cut bee. Add just a little glue on the back. I'm going to glue it right on to the top there. So for the third box, and I'm going to cut this little bee stamp out. Grab another one of my little box scraps. Add that on this side. Add my little bee stamp on. Then I have two little pieces of a little scored box that I made that I had trimmed off. Put glue on two sides. Then I'm just going to put a little glue on those little boxes. And I have this little flower I fussy cut out. Go put that right there. So I have two more fussy cut flowers. Glue those on. then from the sticker sheet, have this little sticker. And this little red one. Then I'm going to fussy cut this sticker, or this flower out. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this flower. And I'm just going to glue it right on behind my little stamp. And I have a little fussy cut bee. So I'm just going to glue on back here. So now for the last page. I'm just going to cut 3 little sunflowers out. Two of them. Take another piece of my scrap that we scored to make little boxes. Grab another one. Put some glue on the back and on the bottom. Same with the other one. And I'm going to glue my sunflowers on. So it's like that. So then I'm going to take this banner and I'm going to put some glue on each edge here. Glue them down. And then I'm just going to grab one of the little bee stickers, put it there. And I have a fussy cut one. Put it right there. So next you're going to want some score tape. I'm going to add some score tape right along the opening and right on the other side. Then you're going to want some ribbon. Put your ribbon on. Add more score tape. Stick down your other side. Add more score tape. So then I cut 2 pieces of pattern paper that are 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. I'm inking around them. Add some glue. Glue that right on the front. Turn it over and remove the other score tape backing. Grab your other piece of pattern paper, ink around it. Add glue. Glue that right on over the ribbon and burnish down. Now back to the front. Now when you decorate the front, you don't want it really bulky because when you open it up, you're going to tie it together. So I'm just going to use the sticker sheet here. And I'm going to grab this one. I'm evenly gonna place it on the front. Then you just tie it shut. And that is my little pop-up box card. So I have the inside of the pattern paper one decorated. And I cut 2 pieces of chipboard that were 3 by 3.5, and I covered them with pattern paper. Then I cut a piece that's 2.5 by 3.5, and I scored at 1, 1 1/8, 1 1/4, 1 3/8, and 1 1/2. So I'm going to fold on the 1-inch part, score lines, the outer piece sides. And then I'm just going to slightly bend on the rest of the score lines. Then take that piece and put glue on one of the 1-inch sections. Glue that evenly so the score line's right at the edge. Put glue on the other side. Glue it on. Then I cut these strips from the paper collection. You want to add glue to the back. Glue those on at the top. This is just to hide your chipboard that might show. So now you're going to grab your book and you're going to put glue, or not yet. So now you're going to grab your double-sided tape. Add your ribbon. Remove your backings. And then grab your book, making sure what direction it is. Add glue. Then you want to not go over the score line here. Place your book just a little bit up from the bottom. Adhere it down really good. So it's looking like that. So then I'm going to put some score tape here. Add my ribbon on. Add some more score tape. And then I'm just going to add this right over my score tape and ribbon. So this piece of scrap is 3 5/8 by 3 1/8. And on the 3 5/8 side, I'm going to score at 3 1/4 and 3/8. I'm going to turn my paper and score at 2 3/4. I'm just going to clip my corners at the bottom and slightly on the top. Fold on all my score lines. Just want to double check the size. glue to your little hinges. Then you want to add that pocket on. Burnish down real good. So next you want to grab your paper trimmer and you're going to cut 2 3/4 wide by 3 3/8. Going to round my corners here. Ink it a little bit. I'm going to slide it in the pocket. And I have this little ephemera piece. I'm going to add some glue on. And put that at the top of my little tag. So here's my little card. I'm just gonna add a few things on the front here. So now you can write a sentiment. And then when they open this up, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial.